What's going on? How y'all doing? So Bill Cosby came out and said that R. Kelly was railroaded his federal trial. Um, I'm gonna say a few things about it. Let me just address this off the top. I'm never gonna stop listening to R. Kelly's music. I don't care what nobody say because I got too many memories, too much time. I always accept the person from the music. Let me be realistic. Guilty or not, predators or not, or what have you, we do not know these entertainers. We only know what the art is. We don't know them personally. So when people say, oh, well, I can't, you don't know nobody. You go by what the music makes you feel. Like Carlos Santana once said, I can't do to a woman what my hands can do on a guitar, but you can feel the music and the tone. So I only go by the music. I knows nobody. So I'm sticking with the music and I will. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't fake. I keep it 100 about that. Now, does Bill Cosby have a point? Yeah, because it makes no sense. I mean, I've said this before. I'm not buying some hokey pokey documentary as the end all. Did R. Kelly need some help? Yes. Did people feel him? Yes. And does he have these tendencies and these ways? Yes, because the patterns are there. And I'm not making light of victims and so on and so forth. However, people have choices and people have done things. And in that industry, ain't no saints in the music business. Ain't no saints in the industry. There are a lot of white folk who've done worse. They ain't never gonna get caught up and get hit like he is. The reason why it's railroad is because why I've said this before. He's such a bad, vile man. Where was the government? Where was corrupt government at 2002 to 2008 when the Ignition and Chocolate Factory and Happy People and those project albums with him and Jay-Z and the tours and Ignition and Happy People and Trapped in the Closet, all that, and all the songwriting for the Isley Brothers and the songwriting with Michael Jackson, and the song collaborations with Jeezy and Snoop. Where was the with Twister? Where was the whole? Oh, you had options then. Why now? Why now? Because it's simple. He's older. He's been hitless. He's been in has-been status, and he's been basically playing the Love Boat after dark. He can't even, he's not playing. He's not where he was at his peak in his commercial prime and peak. And the last kind of hit he really had, if we're being honest, I'm just talking from the hits, was pretty much him and Gaga. And that was the last song that he had that was kind of a hit back in 2013. But make no mistake about it, it does come off suspect. I mean, his defense was a joke. I mean, if they were competent, it would have been a mistrial. I said competent. If they were great, they run holes through the case. They banging up Aaliyah. They're bringing up, just like with Cosby, bringing up stuff that is not. You want to say demonstrative predator and say that he bad behavior, sexual suspect, bad choices, by all means. But what does this all have to do? What is it coming? What's the string? It doesn't add up to a conviction. Bad choices, yes. Bad behavior, yes. Should have been charged, convicted, and you had more credibility if you do it back in the day. But to do it now, it comes off like a frame job. It looked very suspect. Very suspect. Looks like the industry put money. Probably told R. Kelly, you gonna Nas X or you gonna tap out. He probably went in asking for some masters, wanted his money. Money been funny. His money funny. He don't have the bag he had 15, 20 years ago. And they have no use for him. And they don't have any use for him now because we all about streaming. Anybody buying the records like they used to. So his era is a bygone era. So I agree. Bill Cosby has a valid point. R. Kelly did get railroaded. He did not get he never had a chance in this case. You're not going to beat the music industry putting millions to pay people to lie on a fake documentary. And when I say fake documentary, if people were authentic, they don't have to go up to no TV. They go to the police station. Or If you old school, all you gotta do is go to your daddy with a shotgun, or uncle, or cousin, or godfather, or godparent, and say, "Hey, look, this person need to be straightened out." That's what they did. You not going to no camera to sit there and tell story. Not for people who keep knowing about his reputation and still put themselves in that position, because he ain't. This ain't no Rico case. If you a godfather and you a don, you have co-conspirators. The problem is that there's deep pockets in the industry that's the co-conspirators. They will never come to light. The enablers, the real enablers. Just like with the Bill Cosby situation, But they regurgitating old stuff to tie in a weak case. But that's what happens with some of these things. But anyway, that's my thoughts and takes about Bill Cosby saying R. Kelly was railroaded. And I agree with where he's coming from with the premise of the situation, because things just don't add up with everything. But please give me your thoughts and your takes. Please hit the like, subscribe. I welcome thoughts and comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for one another. And if this is the situation, there should be others, but it won't be, because they make an example, and it is a fishy case, no matter where you stand. R. Kelly, his ways have been long known, but why wasn't anything done? Because he was a cash cow. And then when he don't be a cash cow and he wants the money, they got to get rid of him. Because allegedly, T.I. been through the same thing. And I'm just using an example, but he somehow got his way out of it with them federal charges. Remember? Remember when Atlantic Ruckus was there, his court case? Pay attention how this thing really go down. I'm out.